Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Amy from Fried Technology, and I am here with one new person who you may not have met before, and my colleague Brooke, who you're probably used to seeing every week. Hey, Brooke, how are you?
Hey everybody. Yep, I'm Brooke Lowry. I'm one of the lead learning guides here at Fried Technology, and we are super excited to have Melissa with us.
Yes, we are. Melissa, tell everybody who you are and how they can find you online.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Summerford, and you can find me on Twitter at Summerford Stars. Yes, that was my classroom name, and it just kind of stuck.
Yeah. Well, should we always tell her that she sparkles so bright? That is a
Well, I
great
did
name for her.
bring on the bling.
Do you indeed have a sequin jacket on
I
today,
do.
Melissa?
I love sparkly things.
Well, I do too, and I always love seeing you. You always sparkle. So, thanks for joining us today, where we are going to talk about some of the new features of Google Meet that you may not have thought about, may not have heard about, some things that are coming in the future. When we were researching for this session, we certainly learned a lot of new things. So, I hope that you will too. And I think some of the things that we're going to point out to you, you're going to find really exciting. So, let's go ahead and get started. Just like always, in the top right-hand corner of every single slide, you're going to see the URL for the slide deck we're looking at today, and you're also going to see the URL for the website. So if you are not signed up for future sessions, please go there to sign up. If this was a one-off, somebody sent you the link today. And the other thing is that if you're looking for subtitles, Spanish subtitles for this video, then you probably can't understand what I'm saying right now, but tell your Spanish speaking friends that they will be there soon. And this video is recorded and it will be on the website. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk today about some functionality of Meet, some different tools that are available now and are going to become available for managing Meet. I'm going to show you today how to go live with Meet, if you have an edition that's going to allow you to do that. And then we'll talk for a minute about a point of confusion I think a lot of people have had, which is who is going to be able to see that live stream
Mhm.
and when. So we'll talk through that just a tad. And then we're going to talk about safety in Meet and some new features for sharing to Meet. So, all right, are you guys ready to go?
We are
We
ready.
are.
Okay, well, I think Brooke, you're up.
I am up. Okay, guys, so we're going to start with something that is just really friendly, and that's the best place to start, right? So, we are going to talk about our Meet functionality, and the first one is that Meet has kind of gotten a refreshed user interface. And what that means is you're going to be able to see more people at one time. You're also going to be able to see their names, so you visibly very quickly are going to be able to see first and last names under the videos. And personally, my favorite is that I can see my screen and see people at the same time in more of a dual window capacity. That I don't know about you guys, but we have been struggling with that when we're using Meet throughout this year because I need to see everybody's facial expressions about what I'm saying. And then, but I'm also need to see my screen to make sure that I'm actually showing the tab that I want to be showing. So this really gives me a chance to see everybody, see their name, see if they're raising their hands, and then I can pin those windows a little easier. And the great thing is this is for everybody. This is education fundamentals. So you're all seeing this refreshed user interface.
Yeah, don't forget to look down in that bottom corner there. It will tell you what edition this is available in. And so you'll know whether you'll see it or not in your school district. And it also may give you a chance to advocate if you feel like we need this feature, we need this other edition. You may have some points to take back with you for saying, hey, we need this.
Right. And so this is going to lead into something that is coming soon for everyone, and it's multi-pinning. So I bet there is nobody out there that does not have just one single tab open. So we can only imagine how wonderful it's going to be if we can almost have tabs inside of our Meet at the same time. So you're going to be able to pin multiple tiles to customize what you want to focus on. So students can have maybe a screen open, maybe there's another student that's talking. I love the example here on the slide that says maybe there's an interpreter in addition to the teacher. They're going to be able to have the pinned windows that they need to be able to see at one time.
All right, I have a question about this, and I think I know the
Okay.
answer, but I'm going to
Okay,
ask.
good. I'm glad you know the answer ahead of time.
I think I know the
Okay.
answer.
All right.
I think that, like so many things in Google, what is pinned here for me as a participant in a meet is personalized to me. So
Right.
if I am the student who is deaf and I have an interpreter, I can make that choice. This is not so like everybody in the meet is not going to be seeing what I pin if I'm just an attendee in this. This is a view for me. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
this means if there's a certain person that I need to have pinned, or maybe I want to pin the screen right now because that's something that I really need to be focused on and not everybody's facial expressions, I can see exactly what I need to see on my screen. It doesn't mean that I'm pushing that out to the students in that view as well. So it
Okay.
is going to be a personalized pinning.
All right. And that I think that's a pretty good
Yeah.
segue, Brooke. And we played around with this a lot yesterday. What can you tell us about closed captions in additional languages? Both what is happening with it right now and what do we think is about to happen with it?
Right. So just a couple of months ago, Google launched the closed captions in the 5 languages. So you're able to get them in English, French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. But this part has already launched and this is for everyone. But there is a closed captioning game changer that is coming. And it's in beta now, so we know that it is very soon to launch because there are people who are actively working with it, trying it out, working out the bugs, and this one is going to be different. This closed caption for teaching and learning upgrade users and Education Plus, this caption game changing is that when this presenter is speaking in one language, you as the listener or the viewer can get live captions translated into another language in real time. So if Amy is speaking in French, I could get those subtitles in English so that I could read them, because if she did start speaking in French, I would need the English pretty quickly.
Me too, because who knows what I would be saying. So, do we want to kind of take just a second to look at how you turn this on and what it
Yeah,
does right
let's do
now?
that.
I think we have time to do that. And so, we have a Google Meet open here so that you can see what we're doing here. And I just wanted to take a sec to show you where these settings are. So, like I said, we played around with it a lot yesterday because we just wanted to see how does this work? What does it do? Do you guys think it's going to mess anything up if I turn this microphone on? I'm going to try it. If you hear a
Try it.
horrible noise or something, I'll turn it right back off again. But okay, so now you can see I have my closed captions on as a person who is speaking in this meet. And if I want to speak a different language and see a different language closed captions, then I have to switch. Is that right, Brooke? That's how it works now?
That's correct. That's the way it's working now. Being able to see those in a different language than the speaker has not launched yet, but this is where you'll find that when it is available.
All right. So we're pretty sure this is where those controls are going to be. So we think you'll see them in these 3 dots we call hot dogs. And then when you go into captions right now, you can choose what language Meet is listening for. And I'm harping on this because I felt like this was kind of hard to take in, like, what does it actually do right now for me? So what it does for me right now is if I want, I can switch this over to another language, but then I have to speak that language in order for it to show. So I can switch it over to French and then I'm going to practice my college French, which do not get your hopes up. Bonjour lundi, comment va mardi? Très bien mercredi. All right, so there we go. Now Google Meet is speaking French. It better than I do. So, and now when I switch back to English, why is it not typing what I say anymore?
Because you right now you're still in French and you're speaking in English.
Exactly. So we got to make this match. The takeaway from this is what's coming is that it's going to be able to translate what someone is saying. And we know this technology already exists because if you have Pixel Buds,
Yeah.
this can already happen. So I don't know, it's pretty amazing. I'm super excited about seeing that come our way.
I also just got a pop quiz question right, and I'm celebrating on my own over here. So
Do you
I
want to
like
tell us
those
what it
moments.
was or
Yeah,
what it
you asked
is?
a question and I knew the
Oh,
answer right
oh,
away
yes,
with
yes.
little wait time, and I was proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. And it was the right answer. And I agree with
Yay!
you. So let's just tell ourselves we're correct. All right, Melissa, are you going to talk to us today about managing Google Meet and how this maybe impacts teachers in the classroom?
Yes, I'm excited to talk about how we can leverage the power of multiple moderators, hand raising, and how to lock those videos. So let's get started with that.
Okay, let's go on to slide 9. Here
That's
we
right.
are. Multiple moderators. All right, what does this mean for us, Melissa?
Okay, so when we think about this, so think about having like multiple hosts in the meet. It's like you don't have to do this all on your own. So when you have a like a co-host in the meeting, they can share the host controls as well. So if you have like a co-teacher, maybe that's in the meet with you, they have the same rights as you to some of those host controls. So you don't have to control the whole meeting. So if I'm a teacher and I'm teaching, and sometimes when we're teaching, we're in the moment, and you don't have time to like, oh man, let me go turn Johnny's mic off or his video off. You forget to do those. Well, now you have a co-teacher who can like, let me handle that. Let me go turn Johnny's mic off right now. So I like that. Like you can share the load with the teacher. So thank you, Google, for adding that, for taking care
Yeah,
of us
yeah.
teachers.
I think that that's really going to help people. I might even get a particularly responsible student to act as my co-host if I did not have the
That is a great
responsible adults.
idea.
But I think that could. I definitely have taught some students who could handle that awesome responsibility on their shoulders.
I see a classroom job coming right there.
Yep, exactly, exactly. All right, now
Great
how about this
ideas.
hand raising? I have been in a lot of meets in the last few weeks, and I have noticed this feature being used a lot. So, what is hand raising? Why do we care about it? And what does the new feature do?
Well, the improved sound, first of all, and what we saw when we were practicing, just like imagine like the little hand goes up and the student can talk. Well, the teacher can call on them and say, "Hey, Melissa, you have a question. Go ahead and tell us about, what is your answer or what is your question?" And you know what I like about this is that you get a little a symbol saying, "I'm not done. I'm still talking." So you can keep that. That would be like me. Excuse me, I'm not done. I'm going to keep my hand up. I still have something to say. So I like that little like message that you give, that you want to keep your hand up because you're not done making your statement. Like, come on. Like, I
Just
have
because
something
I
to say.
started talking does not mean
Right?
I'm finished talking.
Excuse me.
Good point.
So,
Good point. Yeah. So I love this little message that's popped up now. This is
mhm.
really new. I never saw this before this week, I don't think. This ability to keep your hand raised once you've raised it, because, yes, I have more things to say. Just because I breathed does not mean I'm done. So,
Exactly. But it's so neat that it hears like it hears like when you're done, and it automatically puts it down. That is so neat. The teacher doesn't have to go and manage that and put all hands down. What a neat improvement that Google has
right.
added.
Right. It's definitely one less thing that you have to do as a meeting moderator, to go and lower somebody's hand after they're finished talking, or to remember if there's a lot of people saying a lot of things, who already talked and who didn't. It's just going to happen
Mhm.
automatically, and then it puts the user in control of it. So I love that
Exactly.
one too.
Okay. All right. Video distractions. Oh my goodness. I can see this being a problem, especially with some of those backgrounds. They're really great and cute, but can you imagine like students going, clicking around and putting those different video backgrounds in? Like, I'm in space, I'm in the classroom. Some of those backgrounds are really cute, but I can see those being a distraction. So the teacher has the option to lock some of those videos so they can't be a distraction. We can have fun, but we can also turn it off as well. So
I
great,
have to
great.
ask Brooke to tell a story real quick.
Oh dear.
So we did a lot of professional development through Google Meet, of course, during the course of the pandemic. And one day, Brooke had a session going on with a bunch of people in it, and there was one participant. I think her name was Nancy, and I heard Brooke. Brooke is in the office right behind me, and I heard her yelling, "Nancy, Nancy, are you okay, Nancy?" I wish you could have had the videos locked. You would not have had to stop to check on Nancy and make sure that she was okay. But what happened, Brooke, and how could this have solved that problem?
this sweet, wonderful teacher who was so dedicated to learning that day was going on vacation this summer, and she was in the passenger seat of her husband's truck, and they were pulling a trailer, and it was really, the weather was terrible and it was raining, and I could see the rain through her husband's window, and a car slid out of control in front of them, and I saw her like scream and put her hands up, and but they did not get in a terrible fender bender. It was just a little accident,
Oh
but I was
no.
still just like, "Oh my goodness." Like,
Yeah, it was.
okay,
I mean,
we're done talking about
talk
Google.
about a
Okay.
disruption. Like, I'm sorry, I can't think about whatever we were talking about before because now I'm worried your life is in danger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be great. It's going to give, and it's not out yet, or at least we don't see it yet in our domain. That's all we can really ever tell
Yeah.
you is when we see it, and we don't. We have like all the features, and we have rapid release turned on
Right.
and everything, and we don't see this yet, but we can see through this GIF here what it's going to look like when it appears. So that's pretty
And Amy,
exciting.
we have a question about the same thing about the muting controls. When will the muting controls be available? And the information we've been given as well with everything is as soon as they are available, they're going to launch, and that it's all coming soon. Most everything that you're seeing today has already been pushed out to some districts and some domains as beta. And so they're just doing the final bug checking and everything. So hopefully by end of year is when we are going to see all of these new features.
And I want to address what Thomas asked too. That's a great question. So, turning off the video controls, is this a personal setting? That's a great question, Thomas. So, what we think this is going to look like is we think this is going to be a host and co host control. So, what's going to happen in here? So, I'm the meeting host because I own this meeting. And then let's say I want Brooke to be my co host in here. So, I can add her as a co host. And now we think we're going to be able to use host controls to mass turn off everybody's video or audio or whatever all at one time. We can already do mute. We think it's going to be in the same spot now, but interesting, people can unmute themselves. So that's very important to know because I tried to
Yes.
mute somebody yesterday and she just kept coming back over and over again. So Jessica.
I knew her video was about to pop on and give you the staring eyes.
She's gonna be there when I get back. I'm pretty sure she's waiting there for us now. All right, just teasing. We were just practicing, but I know how it would be in a classroom too. All right, I think this is my section,
It
and
is.
I'm excited about it. I dug into these features pretty
There
deeply
she is.
yesterday. Is she in there now? I hope I can answer your questions about how this is going to work. I can definitely show you how to see if you have it turned on in your domain. So I had to go into our controls for our domain and make sure it was on. It is on, but now I'll be able to show you if you have it, how to find out if you have it or not. So public live streaming. How is this different from just having a meet? I'll ask myself the question and then I'll answer it. It's different because these live streams are going to be kind of like what we're doing today. So today you see me and Brooke and Melissa, and you do not see, for example, Thomas and Leslie, who are watching today on the far end. So what this is going to let you do is you can stream your school board meetings, for example. You can do a broadcast out to parents if you're a teacher and your school district allows you to do that, for example. So you could stream a basketball game or whatever kind of thing that you might want a whole bunch of people to be able to watch on the far end. Now, limitations today. Today, you can only allow viewers from whitelisted domains. So this means that you could live stream to your school district and 5 surrounding school districts if you wanted to. What you couldn't do today is you could not just live stream to the public using Google Meet. So I'm curious, do you guys want to see how to set this up and where the controls are located so that you see if you can have them? And I'm
I
probably
know they're
going
going
to
to
show
say
you
yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Let
I'm
me
Let
be
just
let
Linda
me be
do.
the yes for the team.
thank you, thank you. I'm just giving them time to say yes. So I'm at Google Calendar, and I don't know how many of you guys remember, but this is exactly how this feature worked when it was available before. So it was called Hangouts on Air. We used to use it all the time. And basically, it's that feature back again, from what I can tell. Thank you, Linda and Phaeton, I hope I said your name correctly, for saying yes. Appreciate that. So let's say we want to have a live stream on Sunday, the 10th. I am going to double click to get my full event editor. Single click will get you the little mini event editor. I want the full event editor. And then right here, this is where I'm going to add the people who I want to be in the video with me. So in this scenario, I am in the video, I'm creating it, so I'll be there. I've added Brooke, I would add Melissa too, and then we're all three going to be pictured in the video. So how are we going to get the link for our people who are going to be watching to see this? This is what we're going to do. So we're going to go to our video conference details. It's this little down arrow. And I put a video of this in your slides so that when you go back later to check this, you'll have a video showing you the steps. It's about, I think it was 6 clicks. So it's not hard, but it was kind of difficult to find at first. So now I'll click add live stream and I get a message. This message is really important. And I actually read it, so now you don't have to. Adding a live stream is going to reset all the links. So scenario, let's say I have already copied this URL. I'm about to send that out to people, no problem. Now I'm going to send my live stream. I click add live stream. I don't know if you're noticed, but that URL now is different. It's not the same URL it was before. So this is really important that you keep track of those URLs if you're sending them out to anyone, because once you click that add live stream, it's going to change them. Now, this right here, this URL, this is the one you're going to send to the people who are going to be watching. So if you are Amanda or Katura and you're watching this video, this is the link you're going to be using to be able to see the video.
Yep.
All right, y'all, do we have any questions that I should answer about that before we move on?
I think that you're right on target with it.
Okay, great. Let me know if you think of anything or see
Okay.
anything in there. So this feature is going to be Teaching and Learning Upgrade and Education Plus. So this is going to be a huge thing for districts who may be paying for another service to live stream events. This could actually save your district money, plus get you a lot of other features that you actually want to use on a daily basis. So I think it's a big selling point for those products. So live streams are added to calendar events, and just take note that URL will change, and there is a very rough video. Sorry, it's not going to be any like major motion picture, but this is all the clicks on slide number 14 when you go back to look at this later and you want to see, do I have this in my district? Am I going to be able to access this? Whatever, you should be able to see the feature in there. All right, let's talk about closed captions in live streams. So this is obviously going to be really important. If you are live streaming to a large audience, the chance that you're going to have someone who is hearing impaired who needs closed captions is pretty high. So you're going to be able to use closed captions with your live streams, and that's going to be great because, I mean, real-time closed captions is major. Like, I feel like somebody should tell Hulu about this because their closed captions are not so great sometimes. And it's like, I really think Google Meet could actually do quite a bit better. So there you go. Hulu, shout out to you. Take a look. All right, Google Meet safety. I bet Brooke is going to talk about this.
I am going to talk about this.
I thought you would. What
Yeah.
do you have to say about it, Brooke?
Okay, well, first things is there is now going to be safety controls on a mobile device. So if there's a reason that you are joining your class from the mobile device, maybe you are checking in, and that means it could be either a tablet as well. So if you need to be able to go in and make those safety controls for your students, maybe end the meeting for everyone, mute everyone so that you can hear real quick, you're going to have the same exact controls on the mobile device. Right now, it is live in iOS, but it's coming very soon to Android.
I always think it's amazing when a Google thing is available on iOS first, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Google. We don't question it.
Yeah.
We just live in the Google world, all right? All right. What about this, Brooke? How is this going to impact teachers?
Okay, so breakout room safety improvement. So again, I want to make sure we know that this is for Teaching and Learning Upgrade and Education Plus, and moderators can choose to have breakout room safety settings match the safety settings from the main meeting. So that means when a teacher sets up all of their safety features, whether that's cameras being muted, if if they can ask questions, if the chat's available, if the chat's open. All
Oh,
of
yeah.
those sort of safety settings are going to follow into the breakout rooms. So teachers don't have to go in and make sure that everything is set up for each room or go in and change a bunch of settings. It's going to mimic the mother settings, right? Like the main settings at the very beginning.
Oh, I like that. The mother
Mhm.
settings. I feel like we can use that.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Good one.
Great. And then last but not least on this, when you end breakout rooms currently, it gives you a little message that says breakout rooms are ending and you need to join back to the main room. Well, the breakout room will end, but kids can just hang out almost like someone walked by and shut the lights off, but
They're
didn't tell
still in
them
the
they had to
classroom.
leave the room.
Right.
So there's not going to be a chance to linger anymore. It's going to push them back to the main live room. They're not going to have to click the join main room button from there. So no more lights out. It's going to literally be lights out, door locked. So that's going to be a huge improvement for the students just who are lingering, as
I
everybody always
really like
talks
that
about.
analogy,
Mhm.
Brooke. I never thought about that, but it really is like somebody being left in the physical classroom, which is not cool. Like,
Yeah, just turn the lights off and like,
right.
yeah, no, come back, come back.
All right, we have a
Mhm.
request and we'll have to do it really quickly, but we will to show how to start breakout rooms. So, who wants to talk me through starting breakout rooms? Where do I click?
Nobody
Brooke,
was
you're already
prepared for
talking,
that. No, I'm
so
just kidding.
it's you.
Okay, so you're going to click down where the shape menu is, which is activities, and then click at the very top where you see breakout rooms.
All right, shapes, breakout rooms, and
Hmm.
then I guess I'm gonna set up. So I'm gonna
Yep.
use my little pencil here. All
And
right.
however many rooms you need, and then you can drag and drop your participants into those rooms.
All right. So let's say I want 2 rooms and I want Melissa in one by herself and Jessica and Brooke together. No, I'll put Melissa with me and I will stay in the main call and then Brooke and Jess will be in a breakout room. I can have a timer if I want
Yep.
that will
Mhm.
automatically end them. And then once I click open rooms, everybody will blink, 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 go away. And
Yep.
then when I close right now, they'll have to click to get back, but soon I'll be able to force them back into the breakout rooms, which I like when that
Hmm.
happens. All right, we have one more topic before we let you go today. I think Melissa is going to talk to us about some new features that are involved in sharing to Google Meet. And the other conversation we had, Melissa, why does this matter?
Well, I feel like this goes with the safety too, because when you think about like sharing like a doc, when you have multiple tabs open, because some of us do, we have all of those tabs open. You don't want to accidentally share like your whole like spreadsheet
Grade
on
book.
your finances or your
Yes.
finances and grade book. Yes, especially when you're with your students and you'll see all those grades pop open. So when you share it, when you're in a document, you can just quickly share it from that document. So I believe you have a document open. You can
I
showcase that
do,
for
Melissa.
us.
How did you know I was going to
Oh,
have a
I
document
just
open?
guessed.
Now, will it load in time with the 50 billion tabs I have open and streaming? I don't know, but it is open. And hopefully, before this webinar ends, we will be able to see. I feel like our internet's been messed up. I wonder if it's related to the whole Facebook thing and all that. But it's going to be easy for you to find. In the top
Mhm.
right hand corner of any Google file, you're going to see the ability just to the left of present. That's it right there. I know it's kind of
Mhm.
grayed out right now, but I know I have faith in our internet that it will load soon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And
go
Yeah,
ahead,
and
Brooke.
I really I use this one. We actually had a conversation yesterday about why would you use it, and I was like, because sometimes when I'm just quickly meeting with the team, I'm like, here, let me show you all this document. And if I go down to present and then my tab, my window, and I'm like, what is the name of this tab? But I usually
Mhm.
know where it is in my working set of tabs that I have open, and I just jump over to that slide deck, and I'm like, this one, y'all don't see this one here. Let me present it, and just
Mhm.
quickly share this tab. Boom, boom, 2 clicks. Hardly have to read anything and it's in full view mode and everybody can see it. And
Yeah, it's
yeah,
less clicks and it eliminates the confusion. That's what we
yeah,
were talking about.
And
Mhm.
while I'm looking for the feature live, Jessica
There it is.
hopefully put it right here on the
She
slide for
did.
us. So, slide number 21 will show you exactly what that button looks like while my tabs are still spinning, torturing me up there. So, good, you got to see it. All right, I think we are
yeah.
almost at an in today, and I see that we have a new URL up here. What is this all about, y'all?
This is just Google's little one pager. Actually, I think it's 2 pages about the experience of using Meet and some of the different tools that you can use with it, why you would connect, you would use it. So if you need to ever utilize this, maybe for a meeting or conversation you have in your school, that work has already been created for you. Use this one pager from Google to show off all of the Meet functionalities and why it's so easy to use.
Yes, awesome. So don't forget to click on that link, and please come back and see us next time. We so
Yeah.
look forward to you guys being here and to this time that we get to spend with you, and it gives us a chance to learn about these great updates and then share them with you. So we think it's super fun. I hope you guys had a good time too. So
And
we're
next
fried.
week,
Oh,
oh,
sorry. Go
sorry.
ahead.
Next week is all the new Meet updates inside of Classroom.
Ooh, that's very
That's going to be
important.
exciting.
Yes, it is for sure. So sign up for next time, and we are Fried Technology. Hey, we have a brand new website. Go check it out. Just search for Fried Technology and you'll find it. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.